Hey, LeBron, or should I say Raymond? That's what I used to call you when you were a baby, Raymond. So, Raymond, how are you? Let me reintroduce myself. Uh, my name is Rolando. I met you when you were 2 months old. I actually orchestrated a spiritual ceremony, christening you to be the next Dr. J. My exact words were, I christen thee the next Dr. J. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, and I'll tell you about the cosmic connection you have with Muhammad Ali and Dr. J. Your move to Miami, that was part of your destiny. That wasn't the decision. That decision was made a long time ago. I'm just a messenger. I'm kind of the middleman here. I think you're at a crossroads in your life where you're supposed to do a certain something, and I don't know what the penalty is, or I don't know how the cosmos works, but I'm here to tell you that you were put on this earth for something greater than basketball and being a billionaire athlete, the first one. You have a greater purpose, man. And hopefully you'll listen to what I'm telling you and embrace what I'm saying. So let me get to the story about the cosmic connection between you, Ali, Dr. J. First, I'd like to tell you about my love for Muhammad Ali and how all that came about. When I was 9 years old, I came up on my mom. She was digging through her footlocker, which was off limits for the kids. So, being inquisitive, I wanted to see what was in there. So I opened up a scrapbook, and I see a picture of Muhammad Ali picking up a little boy. And my mom said, "That's you. That's why we call you Champ." Champ had been my parents' nickname. Excuse me. My parents' nickname for me my entire life until the day they both died. I was pumped up, you know. They told me the story that one of the neighbors came knocking and said that the Champ was up on the corner of East 55th and Central. We lived right at 59th, so my mom took my sister and I up to check him out. And he walked into the crowd, took me out of my mom's arms, put me on his shoulders, and carried me around for the duration of his stop, which was 10, 15 minutes. Meanwhile, like a group of kids gathered, a big crowd gathered, and he started dancing with me on his shoulders and leading chants. I guess they were saying, "Who's the greatest? You're the greatest." You know. So anyway, he had some fun with me, and when his ride came, he handed me back to my mom. You know, that was that. I immediately fell in love with Ali. I wanted to be Ali. Started wearing my hair like his. Started talking in rhymes. Like I said, I was only 9 at the time. So, my 10th birthday, I asked my parents could I start boxing. My neighborhood gym, the rec center, the Eagles Nest, had a boxing club. So anyway, I went out for boxing. My dad took me up there and introduced me to the coach, Mr. Ash. Won my first 2 exhibitions. So I'm really thinking I'm Ali now. So anyway, Mr. Ash took me to the Junior Olympic tournament, me and a few other guys. And I was like the youngest guy there. Fought after midnight on Friday. It was like way past my bedtime. Well, that's an excuse. But anyway, a guy named Anthony Jarvis beat me like a runaway slave, and that was the end of my career. I was beat up pretty bad. So anyway, I still love me some Ali. My connection with Dr. J, after Anthony Jarvis ended my boxing career, I started playing basketball and football. Became rather good at basketball. Actually, in some circles, I'm called a street ball legend. Anyway, I've got the connection with Ali and Dr. J. They were both my idols. I patterned my game after the doctor. I was dunking from the sideline at 16. I had a 37-inch vertical at 15. It only got higher and higher. I was doing some incredible stuff on the basketball court. How this translates to you, let's fast forward to 1985. I was the assistant manager at clothing stores at Rolling Acres Mall. Your mom came in and put in an application. We weren't hiring at the time. I told her to check back periodically to see if we would be doing some hiring. Well, my manager got a staph infection. He cut his leg and was diabetic, didn't take care of it. So he was off for several weeks. Your mom came to the store one day. I told her, hey, why don't you just come up and help me out, run errands for me, and just do a little stuff around the store. So she agreed. I was going to pay her cash out of my pocket whenever she came up. So she would come up like twice a week, sometimes 3 times, but always on Saturdays, and maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday she would come up. On one particular day, it was right after Easter. I remember it was a beautiful day out. The mall was kind of empty. But she came up to help me out, and you were sleeping. And I laid you on the counter. And she went on to run the errands. And while she was gone, my teammates from Free Africa came in. And one of the guys, David Mason, was playing with you over on the counter. He was like, boy, this baby's got some big hands. I had never really noticed, but I checked it out. I'm like, wow, they are big. And we started joking about what you could do with a basketball. So, man, if he's got hops like me and Mace, the boy's going to be incredible. But if he jumps like Troy, he's just going to have big hands and get his stuff pinned up under the bottom of the backboard. So we were like laughing and joking. And for some reason, I don't know why I thought of this, but I picked up your baby seat, your carriage seat, raised you up in the air, Kunta Kinte style, and said, I christen thee the next Dr. J. I looked over at my teammates, and they weren't really paying attention. They were still joking. I'm like, hey, fellas, come on, let's do this with me. So they gathered right in front of the counter, almost in a little semicircle. I held you up again, Kunta Kinte style, and said, I christen thee the next Dr. J. This time the best team in Africa, well, the best team in Accra, Free Africa, all toasted you. To the next Dr. J. Well, some of them gave like the Black Power sign. Some of them opened like a glass. I put you down, laid you back over there. We kept, talking trash, just BSing. And when your mom came back, I told her what I had done and what we did as a group, christening you to be the next Dr. J. And I told her, well, hey, let's do this again. So while she was there, she witnessed the 3rd time. I got you again, I raised you up and said, I christen thee the next Dr. J. And I handed you to your mom. And she was like really nervous. Then my teammates packed it up. They were like, hey, we're going to let you eat your lunch and stuff. So they left. Me and your mom sat out. I had a fisherman jig from Friendly's. And she had bought some fries and a pop. So we sat down and had lunch. And I actually told her that you were going to be an NBA star. You were going to be like the next Dr. J, high-flying dude. And the funny part about that, when all this occurred, Michael Jordan was only a rookie. So he hadn't done anything. So as far as being compared to Jordan, there was no comparison at that time. Dr. J was still the face of the NBA. The brother was articulate, good-looking, well-dressed. He had all the endorsements at that time. He was doing the Converse, chapstick. Doc was the man. The NBA was all about Dr. J at that point. Magic and Bird came a little bit later. But Doc was the NBA. He was the ambassador for basketball. And that's what I basically prayed and hope for you to become. I christen thee the next Dr. J. I'm telling you all this stuff, like I told you, I believe you have a mission here on earth that you were put here to do. There's nothing to do. You'll get your billion, but it won't be the way you think. It'll be through doing what I'm going to direct you to do. There's a brother that you must meet. He's going to take you to that next level. I've never met him. I contacted him last year. I was guided to him by the universe. I contacted him last year, and he was totally in tune to what I was saying about you. He was amazed. He said most people don't understand your significance of what you're here for, and he was actually in tune to what I'm telling you. Also, you need to get with this guy and this guy. You have that bond. Somebody handed me a scripture for those people that's going to scrutinize what I'm telling you. Like I said, I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not a prophet. I'm not even a real religious guy. But this is real. I'm a very spiritual person. I pray to the powers of the universe several times a day. I was raised up in a Baptist household. I was baptized at the age of 12. But, so I understand the Bible. All that, like I said, I'm spiritual. I don't want to take this into a religious matter. But a friend of mine handed me a scripture. It's from the first book of Samuel, which is also known as the first book of the Kings. Get it? King James, the King. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted what I asked of him. First book of Samuel, first chapter, 27th verse. So maybe you are the christened one, LeBron. I don't know. But you really need to get with me, man. Oh. Another tie-in. My cousin is Eddie Jackson Jr., the guy that you call your dad, the guy that helped you out, started your career, still in your entourage. He told me once that he met you when you were 8 months old. That was 5 months after I christened you to be the next Dr. J. So, if you consider all this stuff to be coincidence, that's on you. I say, give me a call. I'm going to contact your publicist. Another thing, I've taken a polygraph exam back in October. At the end of this video, I'm going to post a condensed version of the results of the polygraph. And it'll show you, and actually it'll show the world that I'm being totally honest and truthful about what I'm saying. It was given to me by the most respected polygraphist in Northeast Ohio. Was this divine intervention? Did LeBron become what he has because of the christening? I don't know. But there is a cosmic connection. A man was picked up, a little boy was picked up by Muhammad Ali, who was a global icon, touched by his greatness, loved him, emulated and tried to imitate the doctor on the basketball court. And when he met baby LeBron, he raised him up in the air and christened him to be the next Dr. J. And LeBron has become very, very similar to what Dr. J was. Talk to me, young man. Peace. Remo.